Hi everyone, this is Stephen Pu, founder of Taraxa, and today I'll answer a few of the community's questions. The first question, how will we cope with the increasing transaction fees and high latency that's very prevalent in today's blockchain networks? Well, let's talk about transaction fees first. So most of the transaction fees, the high transaction fees, are driven really by congestion. And people are not really paying for the miner's work, but they're really paying to skip ahead of the line because these networks have such slow throughput and demand is so high that they're experiencing very high levels of congestion. So Taraxa actually has extremely high throughput, right? So today we have over 5,000 TPS with a very clear roadmap towards 50,000 TPS. Now, however, nothing is infinite, right? No network can have infinite TPS. This is why, what makes Taraxa also very unique is that in addition to actually building these layer one networks, we are also building the application platforms that sit on top of them. And in them, we are building in application specific layer two solutions that can really help us to minimize the frequency by which we actually hit the underlying layer one Taraxa blockchain network. So we can actually scale this even further out depending the specific design for our application needs. Okay, so the next one is about latency, right? So when we talk about latency, there are a few different types of latency we're talking about. The first one I can talk about is this idea of inclusion latency. So how quickly can your transaction become included inside a block? Well, this is actually really just determined by block generation, right? So in Bitcoin, for example, it's 10 minutes. In Ethereum, it's somewhere between 15 to 20 seconds. Because Taraxa uses this innovative block DAG topology that allows tons of blocks to be produced simultaneously, it's our block production time on average is actually extremely low. So it's actually, a transaction can be included with latency that's actually under 1 second. So that's very, very fast. There's also a second type of latency people talk about, which is finalization latency. How long does it take for a transaction to be considered finalized? Well, Terasa uses a very fast PBFT process to finalize our periods inside our block DAG, and we have an under 4 second finalization latency. So we have a very, very performant network.